Howdy do. Click, 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 click. Why am I never prepared? Click, click.
Hey,
hi everybody.
You want to see chaos happen real quick?
Yeah. Chaos, mayhem, and pandemonium.
They know now that this means kitty treats, and the kittens are getting to where they love kitty treats. Stewie's right here. He just ran up. Oh, here comes Roro. Yeah, here comes Bella.
Chaos and mayhem.
Kitty treats.
Oh Lord.
All right, y'all come down here and get out of Lucy's way. Yeah. Go on, Roro.
You're getting so big.
They're so funny. It's like I grabbed the tin, and they're like full on charge to me. It's cat
Jenny, the cat whisperer.
So anything going on for anybody?
To schedule a reading with me, JenLynTarot.com. I am getting pretty booked up before Christmas, and I'm taking the week after Christmas off, so I'm going into January now. Gift cards are available, birthday, Christmas, or generic with the Lynn Tarot Dragonfly logo.
Anything else? Anybody else?
I'll be live at noon on Christmas Day with Autumn from Black and Orange. I don't know if I'm going to go live Christmas Eve or Christmas night or something, but some other time, since I'm off that week, I'll be going live a little bit. Anybody that wants to join.
And we are going to try to do a live stream for New Year's Eve as well. And we'll have the details at some point, and then
our marathon fundraiser, it's always our biggest one of the year. Hi, Lucy.
So we'll have some people on and so forth and so forth. Becca, anything?
No.
So I want to thank everybody too for the well wishes on my vacation I had. We had a bunch of fun. We laughed and talked and ate, and then laughed and talked and ate, and repeated again.
Well,
and
Johnny didn't eat as much. He laughed and talked. And
well, I did the laugh and talk part. They did.
I'm a fat ass, so I ate everything.
What happens anyway is you take it with you, and then you eat it at 3:00 in the morning. So that's kind of what happened. But it was very fun, and thank you to Jules Darramore and to the House of Lenormand for schlepping me around all of California.
It was fun.
Tarot Newbie you met too, right?
Yes, and Tara Newbie was there too, and zoomed out if she's in the chat. She was in there too. So we had a lot of fun. So
it was a lot of fun to meet people in person. And I don't think we said it during last week's live stream when Johnny was here, but I was telling Jenny that when I met Johnny for the first time in person at the restaurant, I went to give him a hug, and he's all hugging me like this. Like, I'm diseased or I stink or something.
I did not, first of all. Second of all, I think handshakes are just fine. So
no, I'm a hugger. I like to hug people.
When I meet him in person for the first time, I already warned him, you're going to get a bear hug. I'm literally going to attack him.
I got the leaping cooties or something. I don't think it's necessary.
I got a good hug from Trillium and
it's not Trillium Tarot, it's Tarot Newbie.
Tarot Newbie.
And,
sorry.
Right up above, zoomed out right there. That was the
okay.
other person that was there.
Tarot Newbie, and it was nice meeting Nancy, and Sterling too got hugs from her, and it was nice. I'm a hugger. I like hugging people.
We had fun though. We really did. We walked around LA. It smelled like pee and weed, so it was something else.
Well, your enchanted forest was beautiful. You had your little short live stream from there.
We couldn't get back out of there, so that was really fun.
It just kind of made me sad that our tickets were for so late in the evening, because I think last time when we went like around 6:30ish, 7:00. So we had 4 hours of just, I didn't want to leave. And this time we only had like 2 hours, which felt fast.
That's who did the portraits, all of them. My logo up here, the little Johnny It says Tarot's Apprentice there. This up here, she did that, and she did this one up here. And on the thumbnail, she did that too. So Kathy D is the one who did, thank you, Cold Toast, who did all of the portraits in this house. And I have a picture by Gonga too, but it's not over here. But this is gigantic. Bee and weed smells like San Francisco too. Yeah, it was still fun though, but you know, it was different.
So I got my personalized cat shirt on. I could personalize me, and I got Skewy and Lucy and Roro and Bella all on it.
Trying to sleep full of cats.
And I positioned them on here where they sleep in bed with me.
And I got myself a cape. It's a blanket hoodie. So I've been wearing this thing nonstop. And today it's been like cold and rainy and miserable. So I've been like running around the house with this thing on.
What, 50 degrees?
Yeah, 50 degrees. It's freezing over here. No, it's like 57, 58 and cold and raining.
Oh,
So it's been nice. And not like bird spit either, like actual rain. There's like puddles. I'm like, yay. You know, so it's fun.
That's nice. What do I got? Nothing. I'm officially retiring from the world of collaborations for the time being. If it's not this one or Adrian's Zodiac that we do every month, then I can't help you. I have a bunch.
Unless there's a spur of the moment one or something you want to join in.
Thank you, Pamela. And so I have to even things out first, and then maybe so. But I think Lori has a tarot class in January. Mine was in January. Mine's going to be pushed back to March, though. And so I'm going to do a tarot class in March. I can give you a date. It will be right at the beginning. So it should be March the 3rd will be the beginning of the tarot class. All you have to do is email me and say you want a spot. Don't pay for anything up until we get closer to that time, just in case something happens. So that's all you have to do. Just email me, tell me you want a spot, and then I will save you a spot. Here we go.
And
Hey, Kat, I meant to call you today, but somebody like slept till noon and then got up and took a nap after breakfast. I was wiped out today. I have done nothing.
I think I might go live sometime this week and make some candles for Mr. Man over here, who was asking about them today. So I don't think have you tried the strawberry macaron? Okay, I think you might like that one. And that one I have the recipe for. And then there was one that had hyacinth in it that I think you might, I'll just make it.
If it's a flower, we'll probably like it. My brother likes that. I'm burning the cafe one right now.
Okay, because I'll do those, because those I have the recipe for. The rose stuff I need to test and pour and test, so I don't have those. So I figured I can get started with a couple of them and just set them in boxes.
It is beginner's class with the Rider-Waite. It's Friday and Saturday at 5 o'clock Pacific, 6, 7, 8. But yes, it is going to be taught with the Rider-Waite. You do not have to have the Rider-Waite though, because the meaning is still the same as long as it's based upon the Rider-Waite. So there's.
If I were a beginner and I was going to take a tarot class, I'd be doing it with Johnny, because he really is excellent with the cards.
I try.
And he does it in a way that you understand too. You know, he explains it very well.
Because I talk a lot. I am a natural teacher, I think.
You can tell that, from your videos that you do. You really have such a great understanding of the cards.
And I like them. I actually just ordered, maybe I did. I may have ordered like 7 new decks and some dice. Thanks to Trillium Tarot, because she has these little dice tarot cards, or however whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that was an interesting purchase, and they're all shipped already. So we'll see them sometime this month. Okay, I'm going to read something here. The Trump Corporation guilty.
I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh.
If you are not petty like me or us, I should say.
Don't watch somebody else.
This is the petty boots club, people.
Because you shouldn't rejoice in a person's downfall, but this is my point and laugh situation. So, okay, I'm here to do it right now. I'm just telling you right now. Scheme to defraud in the first degree, guilty. Conspiracy in the fourth degree, guilty. Criminal tax fraud in the third degree, guilty. Criminal tax fraud in the third degree, guilty. Criminal tax fraud in the fourth degree, guilty. Falsifying business records in the first degree, guilty. Falsifying business records in the first degree, guilty again. Falsifying business records in the first degree, guilty a third time. Falsifying business records in the first degree, guilty a fourth time. Now we move to the Trump Payroll Corporation. Scheme to defraud in the first degree, guilty. Conspiracy in the fourth degree, guilty. Criminal tax fraud in the third degree, guilty. Criminal tax fraud in the third degree, guilty. Criminal tax fraud in the fourth degree, guilty. Falsifying business records in the first degree, guilty. Falsifying business records in the first degree, guilty. Falsifying business records in the first degree, guilty for a third time. That is 17 charges and 17 guilty.
In
verdicts.
10 hours, that's less than an hour on each charge that jury spent.
17 is a good number.
17.
I was born on the 17th. It's a good number.
This you can't
guess
you
that's
can't
not Trump's
explain it
lucky
away this time. So
I guess that's not Trump's lucky number, 17.
it can't be 17 or 8, because I guess numerology would be 8 and still no. So what I want to know, if we can start out with, is what is the future, not of Donald Trump, of Trump.org itself as a corporation? And I brought these too. So
You're taking out the petty cards for this one, Johnny?
on every single question from here until I die.
I have to go back to Barnes and Nobles and get myself one, because it is just.
In a
I can't tell you how long we sat there staring at those pictures like, what the hell?
In the pre-show, they were laughing their asses
It
off.
was too much. That deck is just special. Thank you, Karen, for reposting the question. Okay. Diaper rash.
Because from this is only, fines or whatever.
Mhm. Future of Trump or tax fraud.
And payroll fraud.
Future of Trump org.
What's the TV show from the 70s, early 80s? What you talking about, Willis? What was that one?
Oh gosh.
I just heard that. What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis?
Karen in the chat says, Becca with a magnifying glass. What is that coming out of his ass when we were looking?
That deck it's something else though. All night, no flower pusher. Different strokes, that's what it was called.
I have flower pusher here.
Oh Lord, they all want to come out. No, you all can't come out at the same time. Give me 3, please, and thank you.
They're just like, we're ready to have fun. That's the Petty Boots Club deck right there.
apparently Spirit's going to talk about the structure of Trump.org here. But be patient. There's going to be more investigations. They're imploding. They're fighting with each other. But some investigators going to look into money sources with it too. So if you haven't watched videos, what's that lady from the New York Times that got some of his taxes all the way back in 2016?
I know who you're talking about.
And then she got some in 2018. Yeah, the curly kind of frizzy hair.
Yeah.
There's like, I rewatched a video from 2016, I think it was, and how she had pieced together what she had with Trump's dad's taxes returns and Trump's, and the losses Trump had, how it married into stuff with his dad, and how his money came from his dad, and how Trump had lost basically everything they got from the dad. But I get, there's corruption all over, abundance of corruption, and the whole family being corrupt. But somebody's going to be looking into other options from this. It's for Trump.org. I get it's the end, is the end, and they're going to be put in defense mode. So that tells me there's going to be some other charges. It'll take a little bit of time, but Trump will try to act like he's all successful, and he'll try to move forward with strength. But whatever he tries to change Trump.org to is burdened. It will not work. He can't change it into something else. It's bye-bye.
They're saying in the chat, Maggie Haberman. I guess that's who. The lady.
Yeah, Maggie Haberman. Yeah, if you look at some of her videos, interviews, there was a great one. I think it was with PBS, like NewsHour or something. It was like an 1.5-hour video I watched last night.
So I pulled this one and I was like, stop, you have to keep pulling more. Oh. And so what's the future? It's dead. Or it's going to die. But, I can't do that with the Lennies. So I pulled out some more, and then I got bouquet, ring, book, and key. It is the end. Like, it will eventually shut down. But I don't see anything new coming out of it, but it looks like they may have things that they are trying to conceal that get revealed. Either it's like gifts that are promised, or some sort of it's not money, it's something of value that is under contract that they're trying to conceal that gets revealed. So what's the future?
They did that for Weisselberg, and I'm pretty sure they did that for others, because he wasn't just getting money, he was getting favors and car service and this and this and this.
There's a lot of gifts and things of value with bouquet and ring, gifts of value under contract or under some sort of an agreement to either keep your mouth shut or that was being concealed, and then followed by the key, it gets revealed. So I think if they try to start anything new or hide stuff, it gets discovered. So
I get 2 Page of Pentacles. And so there is a lot of paperwork and trying to file some paperwork, I guess like Jen said too, to change something with the Wheel of Fortune. Like they want to remarket or rebrand or something. There is a man here who, I think I've said this before, who may be trying to become the new head of Trump.org or someone that they're trying to put into place. All of this is not going to work, though. This is like, I guess, trying to put the Titanic back together with Gorilla Glue. Like this is no. But a lot of devastation when it comes to the agreements and the company and the communications and the business, and then it reveals itself. And this is actually the Justice card in this deck, and so yeah, just plug up any hole you can find with whatever you got in your hand. It's just so there it is.
The flower pusher finally came out.
Yes, after we talked about it, it's like boom.
The flower pusher needs to meet the wall licker in that deck I have. I got a follow-up question because you mentioned him. Weisselberg, I always call him. he really took the fall for Trump in this case. Like, he had gotten a lighter sentence of only 3 months and, fines and stuff. He could have gotten years in jail. But it was very obvious he lied about that Trump wasn't aware of things and stuff. He took the fall for him. I want to know if they'll revisit his sentencing, because his sentencing was reduced pending, that he cooperated fully and testified and everything. So I want to know, he had additional charges that they dropped so they could bring back all those additional charges against Weiselberg and put him in jail a little longer than 3 months. Right. Because Trump's signature was on a lot of things, and he tried to act like Trump was, that it was at his direction, not Trump's direction. What you getting, Johnny?
I was shuffling, the world fell out, so I thought no, because something's complete. So I'm still going to say not necessary. But something else, maybe about Texas, is going to bring him some sort of new case or there's something different. I know he was, I guess, convicted with his cases in relation to Trump but he may have his own personal stuff that may get him caught up again with the Hangman and the Seven of Pentacles. So I don't think his sentencing will be revisited, but I think he is going to have some more legal woes coming down the pike here.
I agree. I get, he got a light sentence to get a different perspective about things, but he's got court battles and then the Tower, new indictments coming. He's going to be making license plates in jail for a while longer. He's going to have to lawyer up, and he's trapped. He's stuck. He's gonna end up probably dying in jail because he doesn't look too good.
Again, will his sentencing be increased? No. I got Anchor, Bear, and Mountain. No. But there's something else financial that he did. So either financial obstruction, it's financial in nature that's going to cause him serious trouble for him. So I don't know if for him they're going to hit him personally on tax fraud to tighten the screws or what they're going to do. But as far as this that just got finished, no. They'll get him on something else financial.
Not to mention they're reopen the Stormy Daniels case.
Mm-hmm. And there's all sorts of people tied up in that. I think Don Jr. signed a couple of checks on that one.
Yeah, and they've already got admission of guilt and time served with Michael Cohen, but what they call him, like suspect one, or what was it? I forget.
Individual one.
Individual one. They kept referring to Trump as.
So, can we look at the consequences to Trump from the guilty verdict?
Yeah, because these are all, they'll fine Trump org and everything. Is he going to get some federal indictment out of this for fraud?
Because Michael Cohen was saying, how the I didn't know defense is just not going to work because there's nothing he didn't know at the top of that company.
Yeah.
The mailroom, okay, he can say he doesn't know what's going on down there, but tax fraud, you know what's going on.
All I could say is, if you're an admin or anything in Trump world, you better be looking for a new job.
Get you a lawyer.
Ooh, something's coming swift for him. Something's coming really quick. I didn't know. What you talking about, Willis? That's Trump.
I didn't realize I had myself muted when I was talking. But
Repeat that.
I got the stars, the bear, the fish, the coffin, and then the house. Widespread, vast financial business sort of stuff. Kaput, dead. You know? And then the family and property. With the stars, the fish, and the house, that's widespread real estate, as well as family business, resources, end. And then with the bear, the stars, the bear, and the fish, we could be looking at people that give him money and resources. That comes to an end. The consequences are loss of business and resources. And it's widespread too, not just one account here, one account there. It's vast with the stars for the family business and to resources and financing and power. So that's what I get.
I actually think it would be funnier to see him living in a single-story ranch-style house, 1,500 square feet somewhere.
It would be nice seeing him living in a cardboard box under a bridge.
Yeah. living like everybody else. There's a lot of confusion with them and the lunacy card here. Something new is coming out of it because of all the corruption. There's like a new indictment charging in really, really quick for Trump himself. This changes everything for him. Everything. It's just a matter of time. You better lawyer up, because in the details, you're the one that's going to get burdened. You're the one that's going to go to jail or look at jail time for it. I also get there's a woman that's going to stab him in the back. But yeah, he needs to also change how he talks, because that's going to get him in further legal trouble.
I would like to make a correction. No. For Charlie and for the person Karen, the Lennies are not like tarot. One card cannot mean one thing. So anytime you see the bear is not Russia. The bear refers to money, to resources, to food. Envy is another one, something that is overbearing. Because the Lennies are read in multiples of 2 or more cards, you would need something that would tell you that it's Russia. You cannot take one card and be like, oh, this is Russia. That's not how Lennies work.
It's the same with tarot. One card is not one thing. Like, I might get the Empress and get a Mother Russia feel off of it, but it's because of other cards around it. So,
yeah,
you have to read them in combination.
Mother Russia doesn't show up in every spread. Everybody wants to see Mother Russia in there.
I get the Fool and the Tower, the first 2 cards, and there is a lot of disaster. Now, mind you, the Tower is sudden, but you have to build the tower first. And so this is not overnight. This is not going to happen tomorrow, but there is some over the time consequences, because he built this tower of salt.
Yeah,
so,
you have to have something to lose. You have to have something to crash.
Yeah. And so that's going to happen. There's a lot of disaster coming his way. There's a lot of like money laundering things. Was that one of the charges? I know I read all of them, but it's
No.
something about hiding money. And with the Three of Pentacles, it's like the people you're in it with them, and then the Eight of Swords, you're in it with them, and so there is something about money there and money laundering or something of that nature. There's the company in the Seven of Wands in the Emperor, the person at the top. There is going to be a lot of defending from him. So this unfortunately, we're not done with Donald Trump. This is going to play out for like the next 7 years. There's a lot coming his way and a lot of charges coming his way. The Six of Pentacles, again, money laundering, both of my money laundering cards. And so there's a lot of that trying to hide money places thing. That's why Letitia James and whoever it was ain't no fool. They wanted to monitor because something is slipping out of here and I want to see where it goes. And then in the end, you get the devil. So he's got a lot of stuff going because of corruption. And this card is actually the Chariot, but it says lies and deceit and all that. So this is like the devil cards.
Something coming out of his butt. The submarine window out of that guy's butt.
The bubble butt.
Like, I can't. This is so there's that, and there's the new wall liquor, if you will.
Oh my gosh, what's on his head? What is that on his head?
I don't know. This what is that is a common question for this day. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. And so
oh, that's the guy that had the feathers coming out of his butt, right? Or it's behind.
They're a part of the bird on the side of him.
Okay.
It just looks like it, but yeah. He's got a lot coming his way, and he can't get out of it, and it has something to do with hiding money. Okay.
And it's funny, too, that they're getting that financial monitor. Can you imagine that? Someone that's just used to writing bull crap checks wherever, and now all of a sudden you have somebody monitoring your money, and you have to ask the court's permission to make purchases, like being treated like a child because you can't be trusted.
So I have
Thank
one
you,
more.
Lucky Girl, for posting the link to that deck for us.
Oh, and Trillium Tarot has I saw it on the chat too. She has a flip through of.
Yeah, that's what Lucky Girl's posting the link to. So
Oh, thank you.
What is the financial fallout, just for anybody in the Trump family, from the guilty verdicts of Trump court? Like, is this going to devastate their finances or not so much?
Something's getting ready to happen fast because I just heard vroom vroom. Like something's like really. My clairaudience today is like on overdrive, I think, because I got a lot of sleep. Vroom vroom, something's coming in fast. Either that or it's a race to see who can outmaneuver each other.
You don't have to be the fastest person on earth. You're just faster than your friends, they say.
Faster than the rest of your family because you're all going down.
Let's see who can make the deal first, which is where we're going next.
Wait, how do we phrase this question?
What is the financial fallout for the Trump family in these guilty verdicts?
You're just going to have to find another source for his coat. For entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
I get the crossroads, the dog, the woman, the tower, the sun. Choices for two allies or friends or somebody, and a woman whose choice was very successful with the law. So I don't know if this is in reference to Ivanka Trump kind of kicking it to the brothers, because there's two advisors or two employees with Crossroads and Dog.
Oh, you mean Ivanka Kushner now?
Yeah. Because it says she made the right choice. It's Crossroads, woman, son. So she made the good choice. And then with Dog and Tower, they go to court, or they're in the institution, or they're isolated, if that makes sense. But it also shows that her choices were for her own ambitions with the woman in Tower. So that's what I get. Those financial consequences is going to land on other people, not her.
The consequences are mostly going to be for the family. I'm getting here. It's like the whole happy little family is going to end up in court, possibly in jail. I get money laundering. There's just an abundance of new things that it's going to give birth to. They're going to watch the money trail. I get there's a lot of anxiety, trying to move things around, fighting, bickering with each other, as well as, the investigators are going to look into the whole legacy of the Trump money here. And I get little charges and big charges. And I heard, and your little dog too. Like if they had a dog, their dog would get indicted. That's what I'm getting. And they're going to lose. They're going to lose. It's just a total lot. So much winning.
Which is interesting because my first card is defeat with the 5 of Swords, and the Trump family money or the legacy money with the 10 of Pentacles and the Magician. They're trying to manipulate. They're trying to plan. Here's the thing too, though. When it comes to, yet again, the Tower, when it's falling, I learned this in retail. Let me give y'all some.
I love that the Tower in that deck is the White House.
Give y'all some advice from the retail world. If a box is falling, let it hit the floor. They don't have feelings. You do. If you try to catch it, you don't know how heavy it is. Something may fall, something may do something weird, whatever. If it's falling, let it fall. They are planning to try to catch where it's going. They're trying to catch the pieces of the Tower. This is not going to work. Defeat. Not only defeat, but defeat and disaster when it comes to 9 of Pentacles, your personal finance, and your legacy finance. And this is my favorite card in all of tarot decks, because not only is she licking the blood off the swords, but everybody back here has got a sword wound in their back. Because that is what's happening to this family right now. That chooses the reading. And Mr. Bosch, the moon card, it's feeding time. Somebody's getting skewered back here. Somebody's feeding off these creatures are feeding off the corpse up here. So
Cannibalism.
They're all for themselves right now. Ivanka doesn't want to go down with the ship. She doesn't want to be one of these ones flung from the White House or from the Tower, from the Trump.
Doesn't mean she's not guilty, because there's a comment here. I missed the name, but they're saying that she provided falsified documents to Deutsche Bank. Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Her team was all over everything.
She could still get federal indictments, even though she got out of the what we're going to talk about next here with Johnny. She got out of having the moderator.
Just let the whole family destroy themselves, like celebrity death match, and see who comes out alive.
I'm telling you, we need a Trump Thunderdome. Throw them all in there and see who survives. or
After it's all said and done, throw 50 cents in there and see who.
I know, let them fight over a quarter.
A good gladiator ring. Just throw them in there and see what happens.
Oh Lord. Ivanka makes a deal. What's the question here?
She got out of having the monitor. But that's on the civil case. That has nothing.
First thing I want to know though, her making this deal, is it really going to benefit her, or is this just to? I'll start there. Is it going to benefit her making this deal? Yes or no? Because it seems like it would, but at the same time, it could be like just lesser charges. Or is she going to skate free? Like, we'll make a deal, you won't get but 3 months or a fine. Is she walking to a trap? Or is this a benefit to her?
Yes, but temporarily. Because there's the yes card. Her success in getting the deal. trying to get out of the cold, poor me, or whatever, or trying, playing that. There's still, right now she's got strength, but there's still an indictment coming. Things are going to change. She's going to get thrown off balance by something else coming up in the courts, because when they look at the details, there's some sneaky she's involved in. So it's temporary. Yes, it worked for her.
That's the first part I pulled, the whip. That's a no. And I was like, well, let me get some more info. And then I got the sun and the garden. No, it gives her, they still have a big enough passionate argument, a really good argument for what she did in the organization, the network. So like Jen said, it's temporary. For now, you might be a little bit okay.
Either that or the whip is sex also. Could be a lot of sex. No, you would have had the fish with it.
Public sex with the whip and garden.
Defeat, coward, and injury. And then the sword taking off the head. Defeat and injury. And then I get the 9 of Wands, which is also injury, because this is the overworked person, the battle-worn, battle-weary, the 8 of Pentacles with the Hierophant. It depends on, because she is in this for a very long time, or at least longer than she anticipates. Because this is going to be a lot of work, a lot of questioning. You thought Hillary Clinton in 11 hours was a long time. This is going to be an annoyance at some point. But your livelihood, your freedom, your whatever, the next step that they take depends on the current steps that you take. Say it that way. But this is going to involve a lot of pressure, a lot of details, a lot of day-to-day work. It's going to be annoying and very difficult. So it will help you if you help them. Yeah. But at some point, if you want to go all Weaselberg, then
it's really sad that they got rid of Ivana, because now if they go to jail, they don't have anybody to raise their kids for them.
Melania.
Melania, oh dear God.
So I got to know if she made a deal with Trump to try to get rid of, to go for trying to not have the monitor on her.
Wait,
is Trump aware of her deal, or was this something she kind of?
Yeah, like was he partnering with her? Was he aware of it? Was he advising her to do this?
Because anybody can go to jail except her, he said.
I eat paste, can lick the paste off the wall in a jail cell. Michael Cohen's the one that talked about that, how he was always like, don't ever let Ivanka go to jail. Was he aware of the deals she was trying to make? Because if he wasn't, that means she's kind of flipping on him.
Mm-hmm. Which is what I think, but let's see. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Mm-hmm. 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 I don't know who that is, though. Oh. Okay.
Ooh, I'm getting it's not Trump. I'm getting it's hubby, Jared. Getting a different look on all the gifts of money that they've gotten because they were losing money. They were bleeding it out. Jared, her spouse, telling her, use your best judgment and walk away, get a deal talk, whatever. When they're asking you questions, talk. I think he's afraid they'll look into like his money laundering, who he's partnered with. I mean, what, he get $2 billion from Saudi Arabia? Everybody they've collaborated with on dark money and family money. So I think it's Jared put her up to that. We don't need no monitor in this house.
But what you're also saying is he's not aware of her deal. Or he wasn't aware of her deal.
That Trump's not aware of her deal, or wasn't aware she was asking for it. What are you getting?
What'd you get, Lenore?
I got the house, the letter, and the garden. He was made aware through some sort of a filing that was made public. So, like, I don't know if this is a public docket or something like that. That's when he was made aware of it.
When he found out when she filed for it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, funny.
Okay.
Like the rest of us, Daddy found out.
Seven of Swords first card. So sneaky, theft, behind the back.
Strategy.
Page of Swords. The spy, the thief, the liar. Not the thief, but the liar, the gossip. Four of Cups. She may have thought that this was the best thing to do, or she had no choice because it was kind of the hand that was dealt to her. You still could have told him, but there's a different man here, and he may be connected to her childhood. So I don't know if Don also has something he may wants to deal out, because he's playing very loyal in public. But so was she.
Ivanka's not going to help him campaign, though.
And then I got
told him that.
conflict, adversary, and stupidity card. So maybe that's their family reunion picture or something.
That's the Trumps around the Christmas tree.
And then it makes another view. So here,
there's our closing question. What's the Trump family Christmas like this year?
It's gonna be like the red wedding ad.
that's what it's like.
Yeah.
So let's go one by one. Is Eric? Well, let's start with Junior, because I think he popped up in my last read. Is Eric Jr. Is Donald Jr. going to make a deal?
He's got so many videos on TV now where he is high as a kite. It's like so obvious, it is hysterical. And getting on there, just running his mouth real fast because he's hyped up on coke.
High as a kite with no string.
Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. But when you get the nipples that much.
Allergies. Need some Zyrtec.
Don Jr. has his names on some of those checks to Stormy Daniels or to Michael Cohen to reimburse him for Stormy.
Mm-hmm.
Don Jr. And he was running Trump org supposedly while Trump was in the White House. Him and Eric. Beavis and Butthead running your supposedly $1 billion organization.
It's just been found guilty on 17 counts. Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm. But somehow Hunter Biden's laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And unless Hunter Biden had classified documents in that laptop, shut up and sit down.
I mean,
okay, so just shut up and sit down.
I wasn't asking about this, but there you go. Okay. Jesus.
Lawyer up, dude. Lawyer up. It's the investigators looking into all the family money, putting him in defense mode here. He is way heavy into his and look, Daddy, can I have some of yours? I'm out over here. The family going down. He's looking at jail time. He's looking at jail time. He's very anxious because he is involved on some of the financial things, and it'll be a big fight to get out of this.
I get the house, the mountain, and the moon. Not at first. He's going to have to get significant pressure, like a mountain coming down on his head, before he gives the family the cold shoulder and does what's in his best interest. That's what I'm getting, because central to the reading is the mountain. So
that's what I get too. I get no initially. 5 of Swords defeat. So he is trying to hold out. He's trying to be strong. Something else starts though with the Empress, and then this brings like a whole flood of just problems. And it's one of the things, like what you call it, God, where you feel like you have no choice now. And so then you get the Knight of Cups, like, hey, let's make a deal. You know, his cup may be a little empty because he may have drank it all. Because these 2 cards are all about excess and
debauchery.
Thank you. Nice words for you too. it's partying. It's bottoms up. I wasn't asking about that, but there it is. So he may be coping. I'll say it that way.
He knows something about Ivana, his mom. The Empress just flew out on me talking about him. It's like he knows something about whatever happened with Ivana.
Mm-hmm.
Fastest autopsy in history.
It's just like it's like he's going to have. It's almost like until he realizes that his father and the rest of his family would be so happy to scapegoat him, that's when he gets the euphoria. Oh crap, this is sink or swim. Every man for himself, like before he gets the clue.
So let's look at paste.
If they were all on deck of the Titanic, Junior would probably shove everybody out of the way to get in a lifeboat, including Kimberly Guilfoyle. Women and children first, my ass.
No, he would use her as a life raft because her boobs are so inflated. I'm sorry.
Flotation devices. Oh, mercy.
Sorry, that was so wrong. Okay, so what's the
I got an image in me.
Saved by Botox or saved by practicals?
The helicopter's going over. All you see is boobs and head.
They're like, is that Kimberly Guilfoyle down there?
Well, you need to learn how to swim. Just go by the plastic surgeon. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Now are we looking at Eric?
Wait,
yes.
What's
Eric
the
Trump? Is he going to make a deal with something?
Hey, Paste, are you going to make a deal?
The man who reads the Constitution to his kids or Bible verses. What did he say?
Second, I got so tickled. If you didn't see the Jimmy Fallon monologue last week where he did Mar-a-Lago land for Christmas, your Legoland Mar-a-Lago, it had like you could pull up in the ground Ivana's grave and see all the stolen documents.
Oh, Lord.
It had Eric Trump with a golf bag on his head. It had Melania in the safe.
hiding behind the classified documents?
They have no shame.
It's hysterical. If y'all missed it, go watch that monologue with Jimmy Kimmel. It was hysterical. Mar-a-Lago land.
Oh yeah, Melania's kidneys are pretty buoyant too. The kidney surgery she had. I'm going to hell.
She'll inflate with all that dry lizard skin.
I know. Jeez. People were asking in the chat why I'm wearing devil horns, even though we're close to Christmas, is because I'm the bad one. I'm the pot stirrer.
There, thank you, Joyce. It's the Pledge of Allegiance and the Lord's Prayer. He reads those to his children, he said, which I bet you don't. And here's another thing, too. I ain't got nothing against the Pledge of Allegiance necessarily, but I've always, when I was in school, I never understood why do we have to say it every day? When you get married, do you say your vows once? Do you say them every day? to reassure the person that you are still an American. It's like, I did it once. That was good enough, wasn't it? I meant it the first time.
Dude, and how can he say that when his father doesn't even know the words to the Pledge of Allegiance?
And is the biggest treasonous traitor you've ever seen in your life.
Poor Eric Trump, but his father doesn't even know his wife's name.
No.
Laura. There's Trump on the bottom here. Poor Eric is burdened already. He's trapped in something to do with money shifting around. And it's making him very, very anxious. I get he would betray. I get he would talk about the family, leave out in the cold. Like he would tell some kind of truth about Ivanka. Excuse me, Ivanka. He knows something about Ivanka. But I get he would turn his back on his family and lickety split.
I got the mountain again, the dog, and the crossroads. Not at first. He's going to have to be pressured until he detours and skedaddles and leaves everybody behind.
Yeah, I get a team of lawyers or something. So he's trying to, because I get the King of Wands, Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, King of Swords. So he's trying to build the wall in front of himself of just.
Oh, the only wall he'll be able to get.
A wall of lawyers, just throw one at the prosecutor.
But they're falling one at a time.
Is he using the same lawyers as his dad? Because I think the Ivanka is the only one that was using different lawyers. Are they all using the same lawyers?
She got a little sense, I guess. I get though he would have to be under immense pressure with the Five of Wands and the Hangman. So be in a position where you don't really have much of a choice. We'll see though. Jesus Christian. Okay. Let's move slightly on. You know what? Let's for the time being, we'll finish the Trump family with this, and then we'll move on to some other people. Melania. Last week we did just a personal general read for Kanye West to see what's coming up in your life that you maybe need to be aware of. Can we do the same for Melania? Just a general read. If we were her personal tarot readers, what would we tell her? What does she need to know? In the words of Miss and Joy's tarot, run, bitch, run. That was her advice to me one time. Okay, I shall. Did we say that was the Melania comment?
That looks just like.
Oh Lord, I hate this deck so much.
There's Melania. Melania has entered the chat. Call the devil and it will show up.
All climbed on his back, sucking the life out of him. That's what she does. Oh my God, this deck. I mean, what even is this?
I think it's a circus or some sort of a monster with cactus growing out of its head, which is very fitting to Melania.
Like one of those religious hats. What do you call them? I forget what they're called.
Oh, I thought it was a cactus.
It is. I think. I told you the number one question is, what is that? It looks like desert ground that they made into a hat. I don't know what that is.
The Melania card.
God, dog it.
She is not happy right now. She is not happy. There's all this fighting and arguing going on, and subterfuge, and she's trying to get a handle on it. She's trying to get a different perspective on it. But it's all. I think she's probably talking to her mom and dad a lot, and trying to figure out her options for her and Baron. There's bad news coming. She's getting pushed into something she doesn't want to get into. Getting put in defense mode and ask questions and stuff. She's just got major anxiety around. I get, if she wanted to, something sneaky going around on too. So she may be like shifting some family money. The whole family's corrupt. The whole family's corrupt. It's all corrupt money. If she wants to hang on to anything in life, change and go for Baba the goat herder.
I was just gonna say that.
You're gonna have a good time with the other guy, and he's got steady money. So go off with Baba.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Baba the goat herder, because I did a box spread, and central to the read, the card that came up is man. So it's all focused around a man. So the top line across is tree, moon, fish. The second line across is lilies, man, mountain, and then the bottom is the sun, the tower, and the bear. There's a man that is central to everything over the next 3 months that is having some serious legal problems, financial problems, business problems. Perhaps businesses are frozen, finances are frozen, something like that. She doesn't appear to be too worried about that, because it says that she is successful where her resources are in an institution. So I don't know what that means. There's a couple of banks here, a couple of financial institutions, but it's mostly him. Health problems around this person as well. With the lilies there, it's almost like problems that come with aging. So usually the lilies is your eyesight and your hearing, but it also deals with health issues as we age in life. So dementia, stuff like that.
A crooked little
Yeah, or one that was like this small to begin with before it went crooked, the size of a flea.
One that small can't get a crook in it.
There's money and resources that she personally has stashed away, but the business and access to resources, there's something here, like I don't know if it gets frozen. It's not cut off, they just can't get to it. But hers is fine, it's his that's a problem.
Only I can fix it, Melania.
A successful businessman this way, and then the other X is a man whose health is strong, or a man who is significantly obese and overweight with tree, man, bear, because it shows that this man has health problems. There's blockages there too with tree and mountain. So she's probably waiting or praying. That's not what the cards say. It's just me speculating because I'm the devil. Probably hoping he dies, like to just get rid of her problems. I see.
She probably stresses him out more, hoping she'll spur a heart attack.
I see.
They're coming for you, Donald. They're coming for you.
I see two men besides the man, with the fish that's the king of diamonds, and the lilies that's the king of spades. So perhaps an elderly man, perhaps a parental figure of some sort. I don't know. And then another one that's in business, has a lot of money. So perhaps Baba the goat herder, I don't know. But yeah, her money is fine. It's his that he's in a slew of financial problems and legal issues as well. Big time legal issues, like a big enemy in an institution in the courts, if that makes sense. So federal, state, you name it, pick one. So
there may be a Trump child that may be coming to you for a cohesive story, because I get a child here and the Chariot. So they're trying to get on the same page. So they may want you to do some behind the scenes type of question and answer periods. That way, when we go out in public, we all say the same thing. The Four of Cups and the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, there is some sort of secured or steady money. There is also, too, a woman that may be causing some money issue for you, but not severe money issue. Someone may be saying they're entitled to something. So there's that, too. The Four of Swords and the Queen of Swords, you do need to have some sort of recuperation. I don't know if she has some sort of she does have a kidney problem, doesn't she? Like, not the chest kidneys, but the kidneys.
I think I'm going for test kidneys.
There's an issue that you need some recuperation from. So just keep an eye on your health. I'm not saying you're going to kick the bucket tomorrow, not like that. Just keep an eye on that type of thing, which I'm sure she will. But there is a Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands. This is someone younger than you who, in the romantic sense. And so, do you, boo, I suppose. And it ends in the Strength again. Keep an eye on health, and everything else looks okay as far as you personally are concerned. And then there's the Mistress of Terror. So
there's the Melania card.
with the
What
flying
is it on the bottom of that card?
control, submission, and feminine power. So there's the key to Donald Trump's heart.
You know, it's funny because I'm assuming Ivana left her money to the kids, right? Probably left her estate to the kids, because she didn't have a current husband when she died. They got monitors. It's like they're not even going to be able to do anything with the money they get from their mom, and she was pretty successful.
Mm-hmm.
So let's jump off of the Trump train for a moment. Let's go to, I did this one, to a state rep in Florida.
Roro's giving me the adoring look and clinging to my shoulder.
At least it's up here this time.
She's like, I'm just laying here being cute.
State rep, former state rep in Florida, Joe Harding, who was one of the pushers of the Don't Say Gay bill, is charged with wire fraud and money laundering when it came to COVID funds and everything else. He had two companies that were dormant, and then right when COVID money got released, then they became active again. And so he's being charged with money laundering and wire fraud, but he is pleading not guilty. So he's saying that he has resigned from his chair or his position there as a state representative in Florida. But he is saying right now, I'm going to move to the side, let somebody else come in so they can focus on what's important for Florida while I go deal with this legal blah, blah, blah. And so, again, he's pleading not guilty. So what is going to happen in that case? Is he going to be found guilty? Is he going to be found not guilty?
What's his name again, Johnny?
Joe Harding.
Hey, gay bill, but embezzling, yeah.
Yeah.
Federal crimes, yeah.
Teach your children about gender, but teach them how to steal money from the government. Good God Almighty. What's going to happen there?
Wonder if he knew Joel Greenberg, the other embezzler.
Don't you wish Trump would get back together with Ivana? Right now, yes. That's petty. Wherever she is, that's where you need to be. That's wrong to say, is it?
I get the investigators here. There's a woman that stabbed him in the back that knew something about him that was questioned. And that sent everything all wonky because, found out that he was manipulating money on a daily basis. He secured a lot of money, a lot. And that's why the indictment came. Very strong case, against him, putting him in defense mode. Anxiety and losing. He's going to lose in court. But there's someone else bigger that's also possibly going to get sacrificed. So I wonder if the Satan or somebody else bigger also is going to go down over this, taking money from COVID relief.
I guess the moon, the letter, the woman, the scythe, and the crossroads. There's a woman involved in here somewhere, somehow, that I don't know who she is. I don't know anything about this case. I don't know if it's the judge, his lawyer. I don't know. She's got the receipts of something he did, either on email, on something. There's something that is paper proof that
Wire
he did.
transfer or something.
Yeah, it's on paper. So either something he filed, it could have been paperwork that was filed for vaccines, anything like that. But it's paperwork that she has. She's got a few of them. This does not go in his favor because there's enough evidence against him.
Karen Conroy said, "Wonder if it was a gay woman that stabbed him in the back, and that would be justice, wouldn't it?"
Oh yeah.
Don't say gay, but get stabbed.
Don't say gay. Don't say karma.
Karma is his word of warning. So what's going around is coming around. Something there. Overall, I get defeat with the Five of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Tower. But he gets off on something. He escapes some charge because it's not just those two charges. I think it's like 5 altogether or something like that. But he does have some victory over one of those. And it's not necessarily victory. It's kind of like it's not proven, or this case is not, or the evidence is not substantial enough, or whatever. Something he gets away with on that. But overall, Tower and Five of Swords defeat. This is not the end of this, though. With the Seven of Cups and the Four of Swords, even when his is put to rest, he gets a very light jail sentence, possibly. But there's something else that branches off from this. So there's other people involved with the Lover's card and Eight of Swords. Some other people there that helped him pull something off logistically or paperwork-wise. So they had an inside person, possibly. So he's got other people that are going down with him, or at the very least, to be looked at and investigated.
Don't say gay. Go ahead and embezzle a bunch of money.
Steal.
Because the Bible doesn't say anything about that, so it must be okay. Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Help him, Jesus. Herschel Walker.
Oh, God.
Lord have mercy. Bow your heads and pray right now to Jesus. Herschel Walker, he lost, right?
He doesn't even know what planet he's on.
He lost. But Rick Scott came out and said that Herschel Walker is still the future of the GOP, or he has a future.
Oh, please.
Yeah, please. I can see that.
Finish driving that train off the cliff,
At the same time, it's like duh, because this is where that stuff grows. They fester, and if you put something gross in the petri dish, beautiful things will not grow. Gross things will grow. So if you have, and this is not all Republicans are not bad people, but you create a party for those type of people to exist, and so. You don't see that in the Green Party. You don't see that you see it there. And so I want to know, politically speaking, what is coming up, or what is in the future for
Herschel? Is he going to run for office again, dude?
Yes.
Go try in Texas, Herschel. That's where you live.
He lost the election. Glad with you. in a peach tree dish. There you go. Oh, Lord. Okay. Politically speaking, what is coming up? What is the future of his political career?
He probably works for the Gazpacho police with his fake police badge.
Werewolves eat gazpacho.
That whole werewolves thing, dude. It's like,
Well, as Obama said, he can be whatever he wants to be except a U.S. senator. So,
if that was going to be one thing, I sure as hell would not choose the werewolf because I could only change once a month during the
and you
whole
can't control it. It just happens. So you might be in the middle of Target and it just
you know, like I would rather be a vampire. You get to do a lot more damage as a vampire than a werewolf. Just,
and I'm fine hiding from the sun. That ain't that. Oh Lord, what is it?
The erratic knight on the bottom. You know, I think this would be hysterical if he ran for president.
oh my God.
I just think, he's just smug enough, thinks he's getting away with it. He's looking at Trump and Trump's ego, and he thinks that he's got America behind him. I get he'll transition and work on details running for like the White House or something else. He's not done yet. Like he would be just.
Here's an idea. Go run with
Kanye. Yay of the Kanye. President Yay.
Herschel Walker and Kanye West.
Can you imagine that crap show? Can you
President
imagine that crap show?
President Yay.
Another one who doesn't know what planet he's on. And then while you're at it, go down to Mar-a-Lago and ask Trump if he wants to be your Secretary of State or something, just to start this show. Walker's political future, I got the mountain, the ring, the lilies, the dog, the bouquet. He's done. He is done. It's like he's being shunned, cold-shouldered. There is an agreement between the conservatives and those that are loyal to traditional conservatism that they've turned their backs on it. However, because the ring is not only contracts, it's things of value, I would not be surprised if he continues to be paraded around as an ally to the white folk, as some sort of a token, if that makes sense. Lilies is central to the reading. So Lilies is purity, it's satisfaction, is wisdom, but it's also lily white, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So I get he's done, but there might be just a couple of people. I see one man, an older man, central to the reading with the lilies, possibly a woman with the bouquet, but she's younger, 20s to mid 40s, I would say, who may just parade him around as a token. Do you see what I'm saying? But it's for their own advantage, though, not for the party, if that makes sense. So that's what I get.
So for those who are asking about the questions on the community tab, that's where we post the links or the post that you can type in questions under there. And then we go the day before, or we go the actual Sunday, and we go get the questions from there and we ask them here. So for the moderators too, just let people ask. That way you don't have to keep posting the same thing over and over and over again. Just let people ask the questions if they want. I mean, the most that's going to happen is we're not going to answer it right. So just let them post the question. That way you don't have to keep posting it over and over again and all that. But that's where we get the questions from, just for those who don't know or new or whatever. So it's not a big deal. Just post a question if you want to anyway. I mean, you never know, right? But I have 32, and we're not going to do all 32. So we got a lot.
And we only do political questions. We don't do personal questions.
No. You can go jinlintarot.com, get your personal reading.
And we don't do readings either. So is an earthquake going to happen? Is the sky going to
I don't like reading on the weather because I feel that's not psychic enough. Like is it going to rain in Seattle tomorrow? Probably.
You know, and if you want to speculate, you know,
is there going to be a hurricane? Is there going to be an earthquake? Yes.
I did
the reading.
On the weather. It just doesn't feel very psychic, so I don't.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so what I get for his political future, there is the person of importance with the 6 of Wands, and then there is the person of importance bringing down with the not 6 of Wands with the Tower. So his political future with the Wheel of Fortune is going to fizzle out and then have a very, very hard crash. There may be another scandal or something coming, or just the realization that he's not the person that you need to carry this forward. The Hangman, he is their token. So, you know, anyway, I ain't going there because that's a whole rant I felt bubbling up under my surface. There's the Moon and the 9 of Pentacles. He can't get donors. He can't get large personal money in the arena that they need him to be a national figure. This was a national thing because it was a runoff and blah, blah, blah. But he is not that type of person to where you can put so much into him. Word of warning is the Emperor. He is not the one. But as long as you believe it, go right ahead.
And it took them all this long to figure out Donald Trump is not the kingmaker. He is actually the kiss of death. He's like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, but the sad thing is, look how close that race was.
Oh, yeah.
That people were voting for someone who obviously has some mental and emotional issues. They would rather like die with a Republican in there, no matter how bad, than vote for a Democrat.
Jenny, I saw
it had never been that close.
I saw an interview where it was a reporter on TYT that was asking questions to people voting in Georgia. They asked this one woman why she was a white Republican woman, why she was voting for Herschel Walker. You know what came out of her mouth? He is a better Christian than the Reverend Warnock. I'm like, you talking about the man that has 500 kids from 3,000 different baby mamas.
And how many abortions?
A few of them is a liar. He pulled out a fake police badge for Christ's sake. And somehow that man, in your view, is a better Christian than the damn Reverend.
Even lied about living in Georgia. His house was rented last year.
Yeah, it's just, my jaw hit the floor. I'm like, these people will come up with anything.
I heard that. I went to a church that way because if you are Christian and Republican, then you're the right kind of Christian. If you're a Christian, non-Republican, doesn't matter if independent, whatever.
You must be worshiping.
And you're not really following the word of God because, like, for instance, there are some Democratic preachers who don't condemn the same things they do, like abortions or gay rights or something like that.
It's not even in the Bible, Johnny.
Yeah, I love
where in the Bible Republican woman that Jesus says stone and kill the gays. It's not there.
There was one Republican woman that said, well, I don't have any gays in my constituency. And I'm like, in my district, I don't have any gays.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you'd be the only district in the entire U.S. that doesn't have any gays.
I bet you her husband's one and he's in the closet.
Probably a lot closer to home than she realizes.
See, and that's a whole nother thing to all of them. The very thing that you keep trying to rail against, God's going to put it in your life some way, somehow. So anyway.
And I'm here for it.
Speaking of church, let's go here. I'm going to be petty.
Well, let's take Satan in training to church.
I'm going to get the
Devil's apprentice.
There is a woman who was talking to Eric Trump. Her name is Prophet, as what's the child name? Roland Martin. As he points out the difference. There's a difference between PHROPHET, PROFIT. So prophet,
Like Profit. She
that's
is
what I'm calling her, Profit. Prophet Julie Green said that God told her, didn't tell Trump, didn't tell Eric, told her that God was going to reinstate Donald Trump.
hold your breath,
You
honey.
need the rules of man to do it. It's just like you're going to wake up and he's going to be there. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
And then she prayed over Eric.
And then she prayed. And she didn't pray to the angels of Africa, but she prayed.
Oh my God.
So I just want to know, where did she get that from? Is that one of them rectum derived type things, or did she hear that from the good Lord himself, that he was going to put Donald Trump in place no matter what man had to say? Profit, Prophet Julie Green. I'm not being neutral on that one because that one, I'm going to get all the oracles. How about that? Medusa's in this deck. So let's see. Oh, who is she hearing from?
I'm sure, guys. I'm so ready tonight.
Jesus, I can't do it.
Just please make me the devil. I'm telling you, I'm here for the job.
This deck, like right now, this is. What is this?
What cards did you get, Johnny?
I can't even fool with this deck right now. I did get the Christ child. I got the Christ child.
The Christ child.
The Christ child.
The Christ child is very profitable.
Then I got the Knight of Berries.
It's coming out
You may have dug that out of some nether region somewhere, because there's your mistress of terror.
You got it from Melania?
And then I got the Sphinx. She made it up. It's a riddle. This is something she gets from her mind, because in her mind she is talking to God or maybe Jesus, I guess. But she pulled that out of her nether regions. I'm sorry, because this is not the Christ child as in the Christ child. It means childish, or children, or learning, or new beginnings, or something like that. So it's the judgment card. Actually, no, it's 19 is the sun card. So she made it up. Bless her heart.
Her connection to the divine has ended. God's like, yep, nope. Her connection is to fight. So her connection is just fight at all costs. She's got a little different perspective about her psychic abilities or prophetess abilities. It comes from money. It's not coming from psychic wisdom or a divine message or
It's very profitable. I get the storks, the garden, the key, the fish, or the bear, and then the fish. She's trying to elevate her popularity for significant amount of resources, donations, money. Talking crazy is very profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very profitable. She pulled it out of her ass. Or because it ends with the fish, maybe she found it at the bottom of a bottle. I'm not sure, but it's all money. It's all money.
You know, I'm going to get a wig and start a new channel and just say crazy crap on it all the time. I bet you I get 100,000 subscribers like that.
Yeah.
That's what's popular, is if you just make stuff up. Like, okay.
People are gullible.
Yeah, and that includes people in our own chat too, and ourselves, because it's much easier to hang on to your biases and think what someone says on YouTube is true and throw rationality out the window. You know,
Mm-hmm.
It goes on both sides. It's not that us here are immune to it. We fall for it too. So question everything.
Question everything.
everything. I don't care who has magic cards. We're on YouTube. Question everything and use your head.
PROFIT.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of predictions, Michael Cohen predicts that Donald Trump will get indicted early January, or somewhere in January. He said, I don't think he said early January, but he said January or February, somewhere early first year. So he said the word early, I think. But anyway, January. Is that true?
So
he has predicted everything else.
Been pretty spot on.
So should we? So the question is, will Donald Trump be indicted in January 20?
No, I just want, is that true? Yes, no. Because Michael Cohen says he will. Michael Cohen, being a lawyer himself, but not just that, was one of the people doing crimes with him. So is an indictment coming?
Yes, Cheryl, my kitty is purring, little Roro. He's quite happy using me as a pillow. Trump indicted in January.
Oh. Oh, that would be something to be indicted on January 6th. Thank you, Beatrice.
Can you imagine that? That would be karma slapping him in the face. In the face.
Thank you, Beatrice.
I am so here for that. I am so here for that crap show.
It's coming soon. This must be Michael Cohen on the bottom here. It's coming soon. It's like America's ready to party in the streets. They hope, they're waiting for it. They hope that he's going to get indicted by January. I get the victory card on it, but it might be more sudden than that. There might be an indictment coming a little quicker. So, if there's a Christmas wreath on this, there might be something coming by Christmas for Trump himself and his kids. Something to do with the money and maybe the corporation. So direct fraud on tax fraud, or either money or the vote thing.
I get the child, the house, the cross. That family's going to suffer. It could be over something that is on a property or happened on a property or is around a property. So it could be real estate or it could be actual properties, but it suffers. There's punishment there. It's almost like with the child there, it's like the innocent family suffers if you read it across. So I'm wondering if it's related to classified documents. I don't, because now they have them twice now because they found 2 more documents. So I don't know. I get the family suffers. So take that for what you will, whether it's January or.
Which means we did not get everything when you told me I got everything. But I got 5 yeses. So I had another question from there.
Wait, I gotta check my calendar now to see when January 6th is, because that would be.
Yes, that was the other thing. The January 6th committee says that they're going to release their report December the 21st, possibly. So I just want to know, with that, will we learn anything that we did not know? Number one. And then a second question would be, what are the effects of that report? I don't want to just say Donald Trump, but what are the effects of that report going to? What are the effects that a report's going to have? I'll just say it that way.
So phrase.
He didn't do January 6th by himself, so
because they're also gonna make formal referrals for indictment. So how are we phrasing the first question?
The first one, is there anything that we're going to learn new? And what are the effects that the report are going to have? So I guess we can smash all that in one, possibly two.
little Roro. So figured out. There's going to be a lot to take in with the report. As far as like the insurrection itself and how things were manipulated, for America, the destruction that was caused and everything. There'll be a lot of support in the document itself, showing, backing up everything. There'll be a lot of documentation of how they came to their conclusions. As far as something new coming out, though, something about trying to block the votes, like the Electoral College votes, there is something new, inside information on that that we haven't heard yet. And that's going to be something really big, kind of life-changing. They're just waiting to release that in victory when they do. So there's more. I think there's going to be like a plethora of people that they want to see referred for indictments. A lot of anxiety running around DC around that time.
Will we learn anything new? Cross dog book. Yes, we will learn about all the allies with the dog sitting central. So I don't know if it's 36 people, if it's 26 people on top of other people. I don't know. It's just the people around him, the allies, the loyalists, the ass kissers that had knowledge and worked on projects for him. Those people suffer. They're guilty. We'll find out more about that. How will the January 6th report? I asked it, how will it affect the GOP? I got the letter, the mountain, the ship, the lilies, delaying the results. Letter and mountain, the results are delayed. A commitment or a promise for the transition to take longer. So more information on exactly who was in play and taking orders from who to delay the certification, or when they were certifying the votes after the attack, the people that what was it that they did? They
had the fake electors that they
no, not the fake electors. In the Congress and in the Senate, we had sitting members of Congress that took an oath that refused the results of other states, but not their own. So we'll find out more about that.
Refused to certify.
Yeah, the circle of those people and what exactly was in play. For the GOP moving forward, it's like this may continue. There may be a continuation, but it goes somewhere else where it's a little bit more regal. With the lilies right there, it gets transferred somewhere where there's more maturity, more calm, a little bit more regal. So I don't know if this ends up transferring to the Senate because it's ring, ship, and lilies. So there's a commitment to transfer somewhere where there's more maturity, more things are not as turbulent or hostile. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's that. That's what I get. So I don't know if this investigation continues somewhere else. Maybe not in the House, but for the GOP, it looks like it continues somewhere else.
So I get there is something that completes, but the world is always your reminder. Once one thing completes, something else starts. So the Seven of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, There's something going in multiple directions. There is no organization to it because it goes in different places. And so it's like if something went to DC and something went to Virginia and something went to blah, blah, blah. So it's like something goes in multiple places because this is not all just trumpet people in the house. It could be other players like the Stewies and so forth and so forth. Because there's a violent man here, especially one who targeted a woman. And this is the Queen of Wands, so possibly Pelosi or somebody of stature like that. So there's a violent man here. Got the Medusa card too. So there's someone who was planning. This is not Trump this time. There's someone who was planning because of position. Like they were either the leader of, kind of like the Stewie, or they were put in charge of, or they were orchestrating something. And the Jan 6 has that information because the Medusa also comes with the Ten of Swords. And so this person goes down. They also had something to do with the attacks themselves. And Medusa is not all inherently evil. There's a tragic story behind the Medusa because, she was raped and then turned into this. Or there's a second story of where Athena was jealous because Medusa said, I'm prettier than you. Then she turned her to this. And so there's someone there who was attracted to the idea of the insurrection. And so they are being taken down by those of authority. And so look for this person to be taken. There's two. One who targeted a woman and then one who was in charge of a group of people. Neither one is Trump, though. So that's going to be something new coming out of this. We may not even have heard these people's names before, unless it was the Proud Boy who was ethnic, or whatever his name was.
Or maybe it could be like a Roger Stone.
Could be.
I mean, who knows? There's so many players involved. Who knows?
Your word of warning is the 10 of Pentacles with the 10 of Swords, too. And the Page of Pentacles, someone, #grain of salt, someone who is in Congress or in the GOP specifically may be getting a document delivered to them.
Please let it be loudmouth Jordan. Please, for the love of God, let it be loudmouth Jordan.
It's at the very least, it is a referral for such a thing. You still need other people to follow up on any of this because none of this makes any difference whatsoever if they don't follow up. But this is not over. The Wheel of Fortune, this is still progressing. So the January 6th can wrap up their thing because the DOJ needs that information too. But this whole shebang is still going on. The whole getting to the bottom of this and pulling this person into court, all of that is still going on. So good heavens, laugh.
I'm just loving that McCarthy is squirming like a fish on a hook because you have the whole crazy wing of the party saying we're not going to vote for you. Then you have the regular wing of the party that's saying we're not going to vote for him if he sides with the crazies. So it's like, I don't envy you, and you dug your own. You made your own bed and you dug your own grave, buddy. Have fun.
Speaking of siding with the crazies, Kristen Cinema.
Oh, God.
Oh, I hate to do this.
Kristen, look at me, cinema.
I forgot to do it at the beginning of the streams, but I do. I humbly apologize. The people here at Tarot's Apprentice humbly apologize to Kirsten Langston of Third Eye Champagne. But Carrie sent me an email because she's in the hospital, and so if y'all would pray for Kirsten Langston, separate and apart from this reading, please and thank you. And so, Kristen Cinema, I want to know just what motivates her. Why is she in Congress? Because she's not a progressive. She's not part of the Green Party, Tea Party even. She's somewhere out there in the middle, I guess. She claims to be an independent, but I don't think so. I think she's more of a Republican, but that's just me. She did say, I think, that she wanted to be a maverick. She wanted to be like John McCain, to where she can stand up to the GOP and her own party at the same time. And I'm calling.
Yeah, she does. She makes the wrong decisions every time it's going to help, like veterans or your average Joe Schmo in bed with all the
So what
corporate money.
motivates her?
You got a special card for her.
We'll see which one comes out.
I asked one question, but it's telling me something.
Let's see. What you get?
I asked what motivates Kristen Cinema. I got the sun, the clover, the tree, the scythe, the bouquet. I get no money card. None at all. None of that is money. What motivates her is she's trying to establish and cement her success for better opportunities because she's about to get kicked out. She's about to be cut. So she's trying to please people. There's no money cards here. The scythe is also decisions. So it's like it's almost reading like it's talking about her recent decision to announce that she's leaving the Democratic Party, and it's like, oh, good, you're done pretending. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Like she's trying to act like she's for the people and hit a different base.
There's no cards here that show independence. The fish is not here. She's trying to cement her own chances to not get cut because the scythe is here. She knows she's about to get cut. She's trying to please and bootlick. Okay.
To get votes in the next election.
To get vote, but that's the thing. Republicans hate her, Democrats hate her, Independents hate her. So who are you? Who are you pleasing?
Whose boots are you licking?
Yeah, because it shows that her luck is cut. The clover and scythe. It's not a stroke of luck. It's her luck swiftly ends. And so it's what motivates her being successful and cementing herself. Also, maybe something about plastic surgery. I don't know what she's doing. Haircuts, maybe. I don't know. But it's like, I'll just leave it at that.
Talking. So getting attention, anything emotion based, getting attention motivates her. I get, money does motivate her because she's out in the cold, maybe from some of her donations. I think some of her donors have quit her. So in moving to independent, she thinks she'll get her donors back. Lying also motivates her.
So Kristen Trump is what her name is then. I got 2 world cards from 2 different decks there. She wants to be successful. She wants to be big. She wants Kristen Cinema to be as big as Nancy Pelosi, as a John McCain. She wants that name to be synonymous with politics in the long run. Because I get the 6 of Wands, the celebrity person at the center of attention, with the 9 of Pentacles. This is like long haul money. This is not overnight. This is not the next 4 years. This is like the next 40 years. She wants to be secure. She wants to be that person of luxury. She wants to be bigger than anything. She just wants attention. That's what.
Then go be a lobbyist, girlfriend. I mean, you're already taking a bunch of their money anyways. They know you. There's a revolving door between lobbyists and Congress. Go over there.
And time is of the essence. So TikTok. Whatever you're going to do, you better do it in the next 4 years. That's all.
I'm surprised I didn't get the devil card because it implied ego. Everything was ego driven.
She's the type of person that I can see rolling into Congress in like a polka dot dress and pigtails just to be a clown. You know?
If you got her attention, she would do it.
She would do it.
Well, you know what? Speaking of clowns and attention, Kanye West.
Oh God.
Can we look at his political future? Because he's not given up on this. It's not like he was told no and then went away. He's not giving up. So just a few cards, wherever you want to pull, on his political future. Somebody come get him, please. Lord have mercy. Where's his friends at? Can't help nobody that don't want to be helped, though.
Running for the White House. Has he made comments about the insurrection? About January 6th?
So far, I haven't heard anything.
I think he's getting ready to say something about it that's going to be like, oh crap, shut your mouth. Because that'll be like the end. He's hoping to secure, a position of power, but I think he's going to say something about January 6th, just like he has Hitler and everything else. And that's like cuts him off at the kneecaps.
Didn't he say something vile, like the Jews should just forgive Hitler because he was a good man or something like that?
Oh yeah, he's like praising Hitler and stuff.
But you do realize you were on the kill list, right? Like, what Kanye West's political future? I got the letter, frog, anchor, ship, ring. He's got a stable support group, but he's out on an island all by himself with that stable support group. That's it. So whether the stable support group are the leashes that are like clinging on to him to get their end, or the white supremacists he's not even dog whistling to at this point, he's just blowing the bullhorn. He's just stranded on an island by himself. It's nothing. It's nothing.
There's your stranded on the island guy right there, floating in his barrel. And the golem is that friend that will do anything for you, and unfortunately, you can abuse them because they literally think that everything they're doing is for your greatest and highest of good, and they're there to support you. They're the crutch, they're the king, they're the person to make sure you standing upright, whether they have to give all their life and energy to do so. So he has some support still. That's why his mouth still goes. But politically, no. He's the hermit, the moon, 5 of Cups. He's kind of out on his own. He will have some regrets, but this is way long down the line when the golem dies away, when they realize that what I'm doing isn't helping and it's actually hurting me. And a lot of people have been in that position where you have tried and tried and tried and tried to help somebody because you thought you were doing the right thing. And then you realize, oh, they're sucking the life out of me. Once those people start to fall away and he is truly by himself, because there's only so many times he's going to be entertained with that foolishness on Fox News. And so once all that stuff starts to die away, Kanye will transform again. I won't say he'll realize the error of his ways. He'll transform again.
Just send him and Herschel Walker to an island, dude.
Okay. Where'd my question go? Oh, AOC is being investigated by the Ethics Committee because she attended the Met Gala. And so what I want to know is what comes out of that. Anything? Oh, that's a good sign. Okay. Because she didn't keep the dress, but she got free tickets or something like that. And you, as a sitting member of Congress, you can get tickets to events that are charity events or large public events. You cannot get tickets to for-profit events, and the Met Gala was for-profit or something, is what they're arguing. And so,
meanwhile, our Supreme Court people can go talk to right-wing.
$38 million campaign to influence Supreme Court justice.
Meanwhile, other sitting members of Congress have been to the Met Gala before, and nobody's ever investigated them.
Yeah.
Wait, who's
investigating?
Who exactly is investigating? What committee?
The Ethics Committee.
But I don't know if it's, I should say, I don't know if it's Republican run or just the Ethics Committee, because the Republican filed a complaint And so they're doing the investigation because the complaint was filed.
Yeah, because I see retaliation here. I get the whip, the mountain, the heart, the tower, the moon, the house. Retaliation, that's legal, coming from the house. Someone very passionate about her fame. What comes out of it? Nothing. Nothing. She's still going to be very comfortable in her career, still very passionate in her career. She's going to be fine. Nothing comes out of it.
She's an actual example of kind of what politicians need to be. So
she wore a dress that said "Eat the rich" to the men.
Yeah.
You know,
it's all erratic behavior. It's talk just to create chaos, naivete too. It's going nowhere. Blocked from changing anything with her. They'll return to her over and over and over and try to bully her and push her. That's just their modus operandi.
So I get 10 of swords, 7 of cups, so nothing. And the death card, so it's kind of dead in the water. The tower and the 3 of wands, there is something, they want to also take this further, but with the 3 of wands, but it meets the swift end, so maybe gets thrown out, I don't know. The chariot and the queen of cups, there is something here too about her working with people. This has nothing to do with the Met Gala, mind you. Just like Becca said, it's jealousy because of who she is and why people respond to her and people like her. And that. But there's also in Congress people that she worked with that others also do not like. And so this is just a stab at her for that too. And so nothing. I wouldn't be concerned, and she said she's not, so I wouldn't be concerned.
We're about to have 2 years if the Republicans can figure out a speakership. We're about to have 2 years of a straight up clown show. A straight up clown. Like you wear a tie somebody doesn't like, you're going to be investigated.
Because Elon Musk has come out and said that Twitter suppressed a bunch of Hunter Biden tweets, and
oh my God,
he was. This is before he bought it. And so I guess he's seen all the suppressed
Twitter files that were a big nothing burger.
And he contemplated releasing them, and so
I wish somebody would just ship him off to the moon. Just please, please, for the love of humanity, him and Trump, put them both on an aircraft and just.
Speaking of, QAnon has been very busy over in Germany, apparently. What I want to know...
Didn't they do it in Brazil, or was it Portugal as well? There was 2 attempted coups. I know about Germany. There was one in a South American country.
Wasn't it Peru that had a...
Peru.
And there's also, they've got a lot of growth in Italy, too.
So I want to know, just specifically, I guess, for Germany, will this problem persist in their politics like it has in ours? Is this a one-off, or is this going to be every year they're going to have to deal with this crap too? But I said this, mind you, and I wasn't just trying to save our own face, but I said this mentality exists everywhere. Don't think it can't happen to your country just because Donald Trump don't live there. The mentality to be nuts and unhinged exists everywhere.
Look at what's happened here, Johnny. You're having people now killing their own family members over conspiracies they read online.
Mm-hmm.
The guy here in San Diego that took his babies to Mexico and killed them. There was another guy
lizards.
Yeah, and then the other guy that killed his wife, his daughter, and then left the other daughter alive because he got away or whatever. Conspiracy theories online.
Skewy stretching his arms up at me. He comes up to me. He's like, "Mom." Yeah, it's not going away. The liars, the little liars, and everything. They've got a foothold. It may change. They may get some more supporters for it, and all their manipulations. they have unfinished work here. They will return over and over and over again. It's just it elsewhere in the world also, just to create imbalance, in the world. It's not going away.
I get the moon, the clouds, the tree. It's solid. And it continues to grow problems. The tree is growth, but it's also health. All aspects of your health, mental, spiritual, emotional, all of it. There's emotional imbalances and health issues up here, but the trouble, the chaos continues to grow and grow and grow. So I don't know if this is also saying that this needs to be addressed in some sort of a health issue, maybe like a public health issue. I don't know. But yeah, it grows. It grows.
I get the problem persists. The Eight of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. This is going to continue. If they don't have a leader right now, they're getting one. And he is at least violent in the mind, erratic with the Knight of Swords. He is not, of course, he's not, everything up here is not connected like it should be.
But Johnny, here's the crazy part. All those QAnon supposedly was an agent in the Secret Service or whatever, telling the public all this stuff, and he made all these promises that they were going to arrest Hillary Clinton and all this other stuff. None of it has come to pass. None of it. So why are you still drinking the Kool-Aid, dude?
Because all you need is to be hooked. That's it. And then you don't have to say anything else. Just like, I'm going to build a wall and make Mexico pay for it. All right, I'm hooked because I don't like Mexicans either. Meanwhile, he did nothing else for them, said nothing else to them if it wasn't stupid or erratic. They were hooked. Okay. In 2 weeks, 14 days, Feliz Navidad. It is going to be Christmas. Mind you, it'll be Christmas on Sunday, so maybe we'll be live, maybe we won't. Maybe be this first time in 3 years we won't do a live. I don't know. But somebody will be live on Sunday or Christmas. So, how's it going to go for the Trump household?
Christmas at the Trump house?
Trump family reunion. Trump.
How many guilty verdicts? 15?
17.
So, on the 17th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. So
another indictment, another guilty.
So how will the Trump family Christmas go with all of these legal problems and all of these other problems? If we were advising them, or if we were just being petty, how's it going to go? I'm going to use oracle cards.
Just by gifts for the little ones this year.
Okay. Let's see. I hate this deck so very.
You hate the deck I bought you?
I hate this deck so very much.
Johnny.
Lord, because you can see it though. Christmas Day, the whole house is quiet, not the neighborhood. Why? Because Papa Trump is outside with a table on his head and a knife in his hand. Screaming at the carolers, if you don't get off my yard. Just tell me that ain't him.
That's the Trump card. The guy running around with a table on his head.
A table on his head and a knife in his hand.
Johnny, what's that thing by his feet? Is that a pile of poop?
It's a brush. It's like a little bush.
It looks like a pile of poop from here.
And this says anger, rage, inability, incompetence, and conflict. That's what the Trump. that's the Trump does, man. Table mate.
I think it's going to be, the messenger on the bottom. Hey, Daddy, I can't come over tonight. I think businessman Trump's going to be all alone and burdened because of all this illumination on the money. It's like everybody's going to lay low around him. Like like nobody's coming over. He's sitting there at the head of the table, acting strong, all by himself.
With a table on his head.
With a table on his head. He's going to be very isolated. I get a lot of drinking. I get there's confusion going on. I get that there's like something else coming for him through the investigations, and I get he's trying to partner with a new lawyer. Like, get me a new lawyer. I need a new lawyer because all of mine have to lawyer up.
Johnny, there's your Halloween costume for next year. A table on your head with a knife.
I'll cut a bitch. What with
Oh, come on, he could go as the flower pusher too.
Oh, I can't do it. I really can't.
I get that a lot of the family is going to be out on vacation. I get the ship, the ring, the house, the fish and whip. Some family members may be already committed to going somewhere else, like on vacation or whatever. But the household itself, there may be a lot of people abusing alcohol, a crap ton of fights, stuff getting thrown around. So people paying for sex, payments for shopping for sex, shopping for a fight. So yeah, it's gonna be a crapshoot.
Shopping for things to snort up their nose.
Yeah, because I see abuse and addictions here. A lot of abuses and addictions. Numerous members of the family are just crap faced,
strung out.
Yeah. So
I just want y'all to know. Don't try me. I just want you
There's your Halloween costume.
Oh, David. Just want you to know. Don't try with me. Oh, Lord.
I can't breathe. Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you.
Johnny, put the table on your head again.
Oh, wait. He had his cloth on, too. Wait a minute. We got to recreate. There he had his whole shawl on.
Okay, put the table back on your head.
Oh, I ain't got no sense, Jesus.
The best jack ever. The best jack ever.
Recreating.
That's the Donald Trump card right there. And you see Scotty wearing a table on his head with a knife. He's playing Donald Trump. Like,
yeah, that's it. You have to put a ketchup bottle on the table.
Maybe that's what's in his other hand. If the knife don't get you, this ketchup will. Oh, okay.
can't breathe.
I do apologize. I really do.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, Lord. So next week, oh, Lord, we're on Jen's channel. Next week.
Johnny may or may not put a table on his head again next week.
No.
Every day is Halloween.
Well, recreate the flower pusher card. I think will be safe for you. So we'll be on Jen's channel next week.
Oh, my knee hurts.
If you need a reading, JenLynTarot.com. If you want to sign up for the class, just email me, TarotsApprentice.com. TarotsApprentice@gmail.com. And then just say, save me a spot, and I'll write your name down. We'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.